So myself, Pundarika Kakade, I take care of passive networking business within Dell. And today I will talk about how passive networking services will help customers to build and manage effectively. Right? So, quick background. We started this services 3 years back. That is in the year 2010. And the intention was very clear that we wanted to be in front of a customer talking end-to-end story. We want to be a end-to-end IT physical infrastructure solution service provider. And second important point was India is the second largest country which is growing very fast in infrastructure. So we felt there is a great market potential in this space. So during this journey of 3 years, right, so we have built a very strong and robust delivery team who are highly certified by leading OEMs like CommScope, Panduit, Tyco, many more, right? And similar way, the program managers who are highly certified by PMI institutes, who are PMP certified, who would be giving the same priority to manage a passive networking infrastructure. That's a key unique differentiator which I can say. And the fourth point is process-driven delivery and logistics team. How many of you agree a passive networking project will be based on a success of a perfect design and a strong technical delivery team? Only one? So is it a switch or a server which I can just mount and configure and come out? Do you guys agree? Right? So the process what I am referring to is one of the customized process which is suited for the customer's requirement and pain areas. Today, I don't want to overload a process on such a small activity where the network port is down and, you call a help desk and you say that, I have 4 hours, engineers are not available, there is a commercial involved in it. No. So we customize the process so we understand customers' need on when the network goes down. So this is a quick snapshot where all we operate out of. So these are the areas: Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore. So these are the locations where we have a dedicated solutions team, sales team, that's an accounts team, and also a delivery team, right? So the rest of the part of India, we would try and mobilize the people from tier 1 towns to cater to tier 2 and tier 3. So this is a very important slide. Basically, I don't know how many of you knew that Dell was into this space. Okay, so we have deployed large networks in Mumbai and Pune, very large. Okay, probably network ports varies from 10,000 to 25,000 copper drops and 18,000 fiber drops. Okay, so we do design consultancy and project management. Okay. So if we sit with customer to understand his current requirement, his business growth, his active architecture, right? And we do a design consulting for him as well as the project management. When I say design consulting, right? We don't only provide him a BOQ and a solution document. We also help him to evaluate the OEMs, technically, commercially. And we give a dashboard where customer can easily see the rating. Okay, on technical aspects, these are the parameters. And the commercials, these are the parameters. So we make customers easy to choose, pick and choose who is the best OEM for them. Similar way, we also do it for SI in terms of their capability and strength, the resource pool, and their financial background of a company. Can they afford to take such projects? So these are all the things which we do in project management and design consultancy. And the third point is turnkey project implementation. So this is pretty common and this is very much familiar in industry, Indian industry. So customers expect their system integrator to do end-to-end. They talk to customer, they talk to SI, expect design to come from him. He has to deliver it, he has to support it, right? So we also fit into that space. And revamping of physical infrastructure, this is pretty unique actually. This demands for a very specialized skill. Because the challenges of revamping a project on passive networking has a very small downtime. It has a direct impact on the business commercials, right? So you need to have a well experienced and well certified program managers and delivery team. So AMC and on-call support. So this is something, if you have a built facility already, so you expect support from Dell on passive networking, despite of somebody else implemented, we are still there in that space. So this can be agreed mutually on the SLAs, where we sit with customer and understand how critical his networks are. So these are the main areas where we provide services. So these services are applicable to the large office premises, big campuses across India, and mission critical areas like data centers and lab. Right? So this is our partner ecosystem. So we are up to date with the market trends, their new product, technology, evolution in the space of production of products and components, right? And it is very important, when you know the product, it makes a lot of sense to implement it, right? And structured cabling is mainly to do with workmanship and good design. So we also have a certified installers as well as certified designers. And we do understand mode of transaction. There are many customers who wanted to do multiple transactions in terms of STPI, bond to bond, right? So INR. So we completely understand what is the modality of these partners, how they operate out of India. There are many who do direct business with the end customers, or there are also many who does through a distributor. There are also many OEMs who do it through SI. So we are completely aligned with them, and we also facilitate customer in terms of the documentation when it is STPI or bond to bond. And the support structure. So the first level of support is obviously a system integrator, that is Dell, right? But what if in case if it's beyond Dell? Say the product is not providing the expected throughput. If there is a fault in the product which has been supplied, or whatever product has been given a warranty is not performing up to the mark. So that is when a Dell will bring value in terms of getting these product OEMs, product managers on site. So this is very important. This is a quick snapshot. Okay, I will just leave a strong point to you all. Please compare or design active and passive infrastructure together. This has many more benefits, because today structured cabling is related to pure 90% form of copper, and copper is growing day by day in terms of commercials, where your silicon chips, optical fibers are coming down. So please understand, when you are discussing on a design, don't discuss passive and active in isolation, because this has a complementing effect, because each port of network will give you a 30 to 50% of the overall BOQ value, right? And this 50% or 30% can be easily utilized to choose a better technology on a switch or a switching architecture or cabling itself. Instead of going for a category 6, you can choose a category 6A, right? So these are all the aspects which I want to live. And place like Mumbai, space is a big constraint. If you're able to optimize on one port, probably you'll save a space of one rack, right? So this all will complement you to choosing in selection of a better technology. So I'll skip this and this, because this is an example I wanted to give. Like, you need to have a holistic view, an overall view of both passive and active. These are the key projects what we have delivered in India so far. So there are two customers which I wanted to talk about. One is the largest telecom equipment component manufacturer. So this customer has set up a lab, huge R&D lab on a 45,000 square feet area, which has 800 racks. And the customer is pretty diversified in terms of his R&D. So they have 13 different labs. Each lab works on a different environment. Some lab works on the IPTV, some lab works on a DSL, some lab works on a high-speed bandwidth optical fiber networks. So it was a tremendous effort which took for us to sit with each of the group and understand their requirement and come up with a design which will not only support them for the present, also for the future. So they had the challenges where each lab has to share the data between them, and the owners have to sit somewhere else and monitor these equipments. So there were 10 contenders in this overall engagement, and Dell was being selected as, Dell was the only company which was being selected technically 1 out of 10. And it was a proud moment when customer made Dell to speak to the 9 competition companies explaining the solution. So that is a strength what Dell carries today in this space. And 4,500 school, government school. This project belongs to Michael Foundation, that is Dell Foundation. It's a contribution towards the society. It is very hard to imagine there are schools where there was no access to reach out to. And this project was started based on one visionary that the children who have not seen television in their life, they would be experiencing a computer, a laptop, right? So the project was planned for 90 days and Dell delivered in straight 60 days. So 4,500 across Karnataka. So these are the few project photos, what we have completed, right? Behind the jack panel, below the false flow, above the network rack. So these are the places. If you really want to see a quality of your system integrator, you just need to go remove the false tile in front of the network rack or back, or remove the false ceiling tile from the front or back. So you will find this job, so you are in a good hands, right? And similarly below the data center, false flow. That's it. So probably I would try to meet you guys outside and take more questions, and I can clarify over the drink and dinner. Thank you so much for your time. It's a long day, but still thank you for your support.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kakade.